Hey you. Hey me. I think I want to coin a term for myself, and that being what I think of and what I call this time of day right here. I know it has a name probably, but the 30 minutes to an hour before sunset, right? And I don't mean quitting time, 5 p.m. type thing. I mean generally just when this right here happens and kind of life slows down, the wind dies down. Now, I know that there's a road right there with cars and it's 5 p.m. so it's fucking defeats the purpose, but no wind, no noise besides the cars. Everything kind of stands still, and it makes me think of a quote, which is the world held its breath. And I think I'm going to think of this time as something I'll call the moment between breaths. And I don't mean that as in I actually haven't decided that, whether or not it's the moment between the exhale of the breath and the inhale of a new breath, so quite literally between breaths, or if it's the moment before, so right after the inhale, and that split second before the exhale of that air. And I think and those have two different meanings, I think. One, the inhale and the split second pause before the exhale, I think that's when there's a lot of full life, right? And I kind of attribute it to right as say you're drowning or something, you're coming up to the surface real fast for air, right? The first thing you do to save yourself, right, is you breathe in. You fill your lungs with that enriching atmospheric air, and you breathe in deep, and then you start huffing and puffing. But that first big breath of air that you intake, I think is so powerful, right? And there's so much life to it, really, and that's how I interpret that. And the pause between one exhale and then a new inhale of air, there is that's it. There's a moment of stillness after that exhale, just before the inhale. And I think that's what I'm going to think of this as, is the moment right after the exhale, before the inhale. And there's probably some figurative speech involved, right there, where you could think of, oh well, it's a metaphor maybe for the day ending, and so the world kind of goes to sleep for a little bit, or and then the inhale is the sun rising and bringing life. Yeah, you could probably say that, right? And there's an argument there if you really wanted to. But I don't think I'm going to attribute inhale, exhale to the rising and falling of the sun. I think it's more the activity of just the day cycle, right? And I don't mean that between night and day, I mean, just at this moment in time, I feel like, everything just, even for a pause, right? Everything kind of slows down. People kind of slow down and take a step back. Cause you love to just watch the sunset. Hell, that's why I'm here, right? I'm walking on this levee, just right at 5 whatever when the sun goes down. Cause it's gorgeous and it's peaceful and it's quiet, and for a lot of it, it's still. That's not to say life doesn't continue after dark. No, for a lot of life is bustling after dark, right after the sun sets even. So that's why I don't want to say, the sun rise and fall cycle is what constitutes the inhale exhale. No, I think it's just this moment in particular is just akin to the pause after an exhale. And I think the brevity of sunset kind of is perfect because it's not a holding of the breath, right? You're not tense waiting for something to happen. It's a very calm transition of day into night, and everything continues, as it naturally does. So, yeah. I don't know, just weird thought I had after I just exited the trail and hit the levee, and I saw this. Funny, now the birds are chirping. I think it's just a generally reflective time of day, right? I don't know. I'm talking in my ass. Alright, well, that's actually the first one that I hadn't had written down that I'm going to add instead of looking back and reflecting on it and then thinking aloud to myself about it, because that's what this is. I have these phrases and titles from books, movies, TV shows, of titles of books, series, movies, and TV shows, and also episodes, and then phrases and sentences from them, or just that I hear that I like, and I write them down, and because they're thought-provoking or they're cool, and I just don't know how to explain it, but it just gives me a general feeling. So this is the first that I will just add because I like it. So that's all. So with that, the sun glistening on the water, that's all she wrote. Bye me. Bye you.